Sobering numbers on Alberta's opioid crisis. A new study found that on average, 3 Albertans a day need emergency care for overdosing on the drugs. It could include OxyContin and fentanyl, a number up more than 50% from 5 years ago. Jeremy Thompson has been looking into this and joins us live in the studio with more. Jeremy.
Daryl, the big takeaway from this study is the difference just a few years can make. While emergency room visits for opioid overdoses have gone up across the country, the worst increase here in Alberta.
It never crossed our minds or consciousness that this would impact us. So it was a really rude awakening.
Amy Graves has been advocating for better prevention and treatment for prescription drug addiction since her 21-year-old brother overdosed on an opioid at a party.
It's devastating. Every holiday, every special occasion is a reminder that you're missing someone in your life that you can't share it with.
That was nearly 6 years ago. Since then, Graves could only watch as drugs like heroin, fentanyl, and OxyContin hurt more and more families.
It's sad and it's disheartening.
Every province has seen a rise in hospital stays related to opioids. The most drastic change here in Alberta, a 53% increase since 2007.
This is just a portion of the harms. So this is just hospitalizations and emergency department visits. We don't have deaths here.
Those statistics add another layer of detail. From January to September this year, 338 Albertans have overdosed on opioids. Nearly 200 of those were related to fentanyl. The year Amy Graves' brother died, that number was 6. Still, she doesn't blame highly potent street drugs for the current crisis.
What makes the opioid epidemic unique is that a lot of people were introduced to drug use and opioids through our healthcare system.
Graves believes doctors and overprescription of painkillers are to blame. The numbers show a quarter of all opioid poisoning hospital stays are seniors.
I always say our healthcare system created the opioid monster and now organized crime's feeding it.
Now, the Alberta government has been responding to this opioid crisis, handing out free naloxone antidote kits, even moving towards creating safe injection sites to avoid accidental overdoses. Similar projects in Vancouver have been successful.
Okay, a lot of the data that's in this report compares Alberta with Ontario. So why did researchers decide to do that comparison?
That is actually another plus for those two provincial governments. Researchers say Ontario and Alberta are the only ones to have readily available in-depth statistics on emergency room visits. They hope the data will lead to a better understanding of the issues as well as translate to better solutions.
Jeremy Thompson.